Good evening, everybody. I'm gonna try to take two here because the first one of these I recorded did not record, so hopefully this one will. Hi, Ginny. This is Ginny's chair. She's in her chair, chilling out. She was a big helper on some work I've been doing in the garden out here for a few days, and it's finally pretty much wrapped up for now. But can't see too much. It's too bright. This is a bad time of day to record, huh? So anyway, let's go in the back because I want to talk about a couple things. And the first is starting a garden, because I had a question about that today from a very special viewer. Oh, look, here's the ugly part of the yard. Look, everybody has this. That's a gardener. Look, awful. Okay, so first thing, if you're thinking about starting a garden, is the most important consideration is always like real estate, location, location, location. So I'm going to use this bed that we did this spring as an example here. This spot that we picked here is, we have a pretty sunny yard, but this is the sunniest spot in the yard. And I knew that I wanted to grow vegetables here, so that's why I picked this spot. Any spot will do for a garden pretty much, even deep shade. It just, then you're going to put, ferns and hostas and other sorts of things, and maybe not pumpkins in that spot. So there's no bad spots for a garden, really. There's just, you got to think about your plant selection. Okay. That being said, this is oriented east to west, so the sun goes across it all day. You want to track through the seasons as much as possible, if it's a location that you've been in for a while, how the sun acts different parts of the day, different seasons of the year. All of that is going to be helpful when you're starting your garden up. Another thing that makes your life a lot easier in the long and short run is to just put in raised beds of any type. These are those little bricky things. We showed you those before. We just got them from Home Depot. They've been holding up really well. I'm extremely pleased with them. So the pros of doing a raised bed as opposed to something in ground like over there in the wildflower garden, it's a lot easier to keep weeded. There's like 80% less weeds in here. It's a lot easier to even keep some of the critters out, because you can fence around this if you need to. It's easier on your body as you get older than crawling around on the dirt. That one's a pain in the butt to weed, and this one I can just kind of sit here and do it. It's easier to control the soil and the moisture of the soil and the nutrient factors, all of that. In this back bed, we had a lot of flooding this year. You don't really have that in a raised bed so much. So all these are reasons to. And one of the other things that's easy to do when you do a raised bed is the ground prep. You don't need to dig all this up to build this in. We just put down cardboard all along the inside bottom, and then whatever junk you got laying around the yard, little logs or stalks from things. Compost that maybe not finished yet, whatever, just toss it all in there. And if the good part about, see, I just put this dirt in from the girls that's not probably quite ready yet on this side of the bed, because I had emptied out all the cabbages. Oh my god, I have so much cabbage now to process. But anyway, but then if you build one of these in the fall, even if you get a delivery of compost and maybe the place that you got it from doesn't age their compost properly, by the time you go to use it in the spring, it'll be, another 6 months older, which is always a good thing. I highly recommend keeping a mulch on your garden. This right here needs to be mulched. I just haven't done it yet. I'll be putting hay on that. Come on over, Consuelo. Consuelo. I'm here. I already did the front.
Where are you going to sit?
I'm sitting right here. I'm talking on the video right now.
Oh, I see that.
So what else do we want? Always, look at these plants. Like, I just sprayed for powdery mildew yesterday. I let this go way too long. I would say start small. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. I make a lot of them, and I've been doing this for a while. I'm kind of new to vegetables, but yeah, just experiment. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'll do what I can to help out.
I think the raised beds worked out really well.
Yeah.
This area with the raised beds, and it's easy too. Like we got those blocks, we got the
Yeah.
2x6s, and then we just put rebar through the middle, which worked out really well.
Yeah, held them in really well.
This is like my favorite area because we had low-lying stuff, which was all the lettuce and cabbages through here. Got some carrots over there, some radishes, I want to say. And then the other stuff that's very viney and is growing up here, which is really cool.
Oh yeah, we had that watermelon last night.
Yeah, we had a watermelon.
It was
last night.
tasty.
It was
It was
really
good.
And look at this. Look at this.
Cantaloupe.
We're growing cantaloupe. Like what?
That's crazy. Yeah.
Look, they're just coming up there. And what's this other one, baby?
Savoy melons.
Yeah, this right
kinda,
here.
yeah.
You got them right there.
Yeah.
But I think that's the other part of it is like this growing
The
vertically,
trellis, yeah.
Yeah, is working out really well.
Yeah.
We got the small cucumbers here coming up, so that worked out really. So we learned a lot of things, you know, and
Yeah.
with it was just easy to get in here to work. And just the maintenance of it, I found more enjoyable.
Yeah, I
Most
really
enjoyable.
like using raised beds as
Yeah.
opposed to weeding. This is a pain for me, and keeping it edged and all that. It's a pain. It's a lot of work. So I guess that's. I'll just say one more thing. If I was somebody, say, who had an enormous yew bush, say 100-year-old yew, and that's where I wanted to put my bed, or wherever I wanted to plant, I would probably, well, Consuelo is really good with a chainsaw, so she would chainsaw it out for me, or I could use my reciprocating saw, or I could hire that out. But I would definitely have that done in the fall, so that you could either just leave all that stuff down there and then build the bed around it, which would be a good way to go. Or if you want to go to all the trouble of having the stumps ground out, you could do that, but not really necessary. That's the beauty of doing a high raised bed. And then just dump a bunch of compost in there and whatever else from around the yard, and have at it. One thing that really came in handy this year, just because we have a lot of beds, was the irrigation I put in. But if you're just starting out, don't even need it. Just get out there once a day and make sure everybody's got water and you're good to go. I hope that answered some questions, some stuff to think about. Let me know if you have any questions. So that was that. So then, of course, Texas, right? I'll tell you what. If every straight woman in America doesn't take this opportunity to list Estrada and stop fucking your males, what are you waiting for? This is literally the beginning of The Handmaid's Tale. I don't know about the television series. I never watched it. But this is how the book starts, y'all. And you're just letting them do it to you. You're just letting them. They're not going to stop unless you make them pay. Unless you take away something that they really want. Okay, you know, or you can keep on going over the cliff that we're going over. Let them keep hammering away at your rights. It's up to you, ladies. Everybody have a great night. Bye.